Hello guys, and welcome to post-commentary of a game that happened about 2 days ago. Was it a day ago? So when did this happen? I don't know. So as you can see, this is the replay viewer. Now if you're like, oh why didn't you just like export this instead of just recording over it? Well, that's because these files are called .rep. They can't be exported, they can't be used. So I don't know what you want from me. So here's me and Cheesus over here. Cheesus, the Jesus. Now, as you can see, there's not a lot happening at the beginning of the game. So this just gives me the perfect time to say, hi, I'm MajorSmurf. And if you didn't know that, I don't think you deserve to live. What are you doing on my channel? Why are you here? What you want from me? So now this map was very simple. You know, it's got this side over here, and it's got this side over here. So these two players, if I can get their names right, is Jase and Newbie. So as you can see our cash slowly dwindling. This guy's got a lot more cash than we do. We've been spending it, and we're not earning anything per minute yet. I'm using up a lot more power at the minute. I'm using the most power, so I'll keep going back to the statistics as the game develops. So now the first thing you gotta know about OpenRA is that online gameplay gets very spooky, get very spooked out. So that's why you can see our little pillbox, because I was scared of an attack. It's always good to have a couple of riflemen in case someone tries the engineer tactic on you. If you don't know what the engineer tactic is, it's a tactic where they send an engineer at you, and if you don't have any defenses, then they just take over your construction yard. And that fucking sucks. Okay? You get obliterated. Now, unfortunately, this is a 3v3 map, but these two guys left, so... But luckily, this guy got his construction yard down, so later on in the game, me and Joe used that to our advantage. I mean, Jesus, maybe I shouldn't call him Joe. Forget I said that. But he's part of the BitBlockers too. I doubt this is going up on the BitBlockers channel. This is probably going up on my channel. But as you can see, we're starting off well. Now, what my friend does here is he does something very stealthy. Because as you can see, they can't see a lot at the minute. So if I go to Newbie's view, as you can see, they can't see what my friend is doing up at the top. Which is very stealthy. Very good, because this way we have the advantage, because we can get this ore here and stop them from getting it. Now, meanwhile, what I'm doing is not a lot. I've got a couple of troops. Actually, I think at this point in the game I have the strongest military. Shall we check that? Shall we check the statistics, ladies? I think we should. So, combat. No, actually, I don't have the biggest dot. Oh, yeah, I do. 5 point. Is control, or is that just how much of the map I've taken up? I don't know. What about production? So as you can see here, this guy's already got a thing rolling. He's got another ore truck going. This guy's got a power plant ready, which he needs to put down. This guy has a barracks ready, but me and Joe are both building the same bit. So, as you can see, my friend is making the most money, then it's the newbie guy, then it's me. Unfortunately, what happens during this game is that I hit low power mode pretty often, which sucks, but you gotta deal with it. So, as you can see, not a lot happens early game in games like this, but things will get interesting very soon. So, as you can see, these guys... At the beginning of the game, it's all about who can get the most money the quickest. So I've used this guy as based on his advantage. Because he's got his HNC yard down, I can use this to my advantage. I can just suck that all up and go. Yeah, I can nibble it. Now what I should have really done is I should have got an ore refinery up here to start with, because that's why he's getting so much money, because he's got so much ore here. Which is something that really surprised me, because these guys didn't use this ore to their advantage whatsoever. Which really surprised me. I don't know why they didn't use it. But me and Joe could have probably attacked towards the beginning of the game, and things probably would have ended a lot quicker. I think this game goes on for about I don't know if there's a way to tell, but probably about half an hour. So hopefully you're here for the long run. I hope you are, because if you're not, you can screw yourself. So as you can see, this guy's rushed for a tech center, and what you'll see in a minute is something that that pops up. Now, if I go to statistics, go to production, you can see I'm not producing anything at the minute, and I don't know why. Probably I'm an idiot at this point. But there we go. Look, I've decided to build a turret. Whereas, see, I'm a bit slow in games like this. I'm like, as you can see, I have to admit that Cheesus is a lot better player than I am. I'm not that I'm a bad player. It's just that I just build too slow. I'm just a slow whore, really. But what you'll see in a minute is something very important that happens, and the first skirmish begins. The first fight to the death. Now, what I use this base for is where I put most of my power, because at the beginning of the game they know where I spawn. Ah, look, here we go. This is when the interesting fight starts to start. So, this guy has built an atom bomb. Now, unfortunately, building an atom bomb early in this game really gave us the advantage, because this forced us to go on the offensive. And what you'll see in a minute is Cheesus going on the offensive here and really laying into this guy, taking out quite a lot of his stuff, which really crippled him for the later game. He didn't get wiped out. We could have probably forced it, but that's alright. Now what you can see with these this purple, is that a purple or a pink? Can't tell. But whatever colour that is that this guy had a pretty large army, which he didn't use very well to his thing. And as you can see, here's the first little skirmish here. Now the flak truck has got a lot of range to it and really does lay into infantry. Now, if we go back up here, as you can see, some V2 rockets are being built, preparing for that assault. Meanwhile, I'm just being lazy. I've hit low power mode, as you can see, because my AA turret's down. Now, in hindsight, because I've obviously played this game, they didn't build any air units, which really helped us out, because on the game before this, where we played against this guy and someone else, yes, you know, their air units really wiped us out. But as you can see right here, laying in to the missile thing, which then causes his downfall. I think this really screwed him over, because a missile silo isn't cheap, and V2 rockets really lay into buildings. So here we go, here's the first like true offensive here. Little bit of a skirmish going on over here. I'm doing bugger all at this point. I'm just like, you can take care of it. I'm just going to lay here, build some silos, get some more money in. And yeah. So as you can see, we've wiped out a bit more thing just go in, and eventually this guy starts building defenses. All he had was a missile silo, which I should have probably joined in the attack and ended it early. But as you can see, there's a chunk of force here, and these guys start pulling back to obviously stop this offensive from happening. And now what he's done here is that he's built another MCV, and he's constructed it just here so that we've got more control over the land. What this does is that, you know, they just have to go through me, and I've got a bit of artillery here now. I built up quite a lot of artillery. I built up quite a lot of forces towards the end, and we utterly wipe them out. Now, I don't know if you can see the chat log that happens. I don't think it comes in. Well, yeah, it does. But team chat doesn't come up, which sucks. But yeah, as you can see, unfortunately, Cheesus has to fall back, and then a little bit of a skirmish goes on at his base here. See, the purples join in with their reasonable force at this point in the game, and do a pretty good amount of damage when the attack actually starts. Because at this point they can't see a whole lot. Look, this is what they see at the minute. It's not a lot. They're probably a bit confused. They're probably a bit, yeah. But yeah, when you watch a game like this, you just realise how bad you were playing or how good you were playing. I was playing a really bad game. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was just lotzing around and stuff like that. So let's go see how production's doing and stuff like that. Oh wait. Oh well. There's another little skirmish. As you can see, the heavy tank is really laying into that V2 rocket. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. So I think then I start moving in my troops to try to help him out. I think I start constructing a turret. Yeah, I get a pillbox there. So we'll go watch that. Look, I quickly slap it down. Slap. But then I see, and then this huge purple force was coming up. Obviously, I can't see this at this point, and I'm like, this is pretty easy. Let's just put the pillbox here. Everything should be fine. As you can see, a couple of V2 rocket fire. Everything's done. Now, I don't know this newbie guy how experienced he was. He might have been brand new. He might have been a bit experienced, but at this point in the game, you just can't tell how the fight was going. But now, this was an issue because, unfortunately, Joe also hit low power mode as well. So, it was down to me to build a turret to be able to protect him. I think I'm building that right now. I can't tell. But I'm making a good chunk of cash. Yeah, he's went way over the power limit. But he'll build up an advanced power station to be able to combat that. Now, he tries to take out this construction yard. But I can't remember if he does or not, but I'm pretty sure at this point it doesn't matter. Here's my troops eventually. Took their time. And there's my turret. Hey, yeah, well, unfortunately that went. But as you can see, he's got another construction yard down there. So it doesn't particularly matter. He should have taken out some of these war factories. He should have tried to do a bit more damage. I don't see the point of targeting the service depot. That was probably a bit of a mistake. I would have taken out probably the ore trucks and the power. That's the main thing you've got to concentrate yourself on in Red Alert is the power. If you take out power, all their defences go offline, and then it's just a job of who's got the largest troops. But as you can see, we hold off this attack, and this guy doesn't seem to have that lot of troops at this point. So now, meanwhile, I'm still not doing a whole lot. You know, I've built up a bit more power. I've got some medium tanks. I've got 5 medium tanks ready for rolling. Now, that one Tesla coil would have taken out my 5 tanks if I attack now. If you're like, oh, why don't you attack? Because I didn't realise that was their force. I thought they were a lot stronger than that. The purple carcasses are staying there for a while. So hopefully this... See, unfortunately, this guy doesn't seem to be building back any troops back. He's got 2 tanks, and that's about it. So it's a bit meh. Now, what I've done is I've set my rally point to here, so that way I can control everything that comes in and out of my little area of control. Joe's got a Tesla coil up there now and a pillbox. That's mine. So he should reasonably be safe. As you can see, we got a Tesla coil here, which really helps us out. You know, Joe starts laying into buildings that come too close with that, because the Tesla coil's got a nice little range to it. Now, as you can see, I'm mustering my forces. I've got a bit of artillery, bit of a couple of medium tanks, and I'm just waiting. I'm just biding my time. Oh yeah, of course you didn't see this, but I built another construction yard, and I'd start getting some quite a lot of ore in. I've started using this huge expanse, which I should have used at the beginning of the game, but you know, what are you gonna do? Beat on me? So as you can see, they got a little troop of force here, infantry, which is a bit. And as you can see, the Tesla coils are now laying into the base, and he's selling quite a lot of stuff and concentrating heavily over here, which I don't see why he. That means that his ore has got a long way to travel. But as you can see, all of their ore trucks are just in the centre bit. When they just had a huge ore deposit here. I don't understand their logic there. But I think eventually I start laying into these ore trucks in a minute. Oh, look at that! My one rifleman is really dealing the damage. I think it dies in a minute. Where it's rank 1. Yeah, there it goes. Wah!